Hi Arne, how do you sum up tonight?
Disappointing, because you play football to win a game, and that's what we didn't do. For me, it was a different loss than the one we had against Palace. Because for me there was a lot more to like, especially in the first half, which was maybe different to the Palace game. And in the second half, it became harder and harder for us to create. First of all, because they were fighting with all they had, so you always have to give credits to them. Second of all, because we hardly played in the second half.
It seemed that...
And with hardly played, I mean the ball was hardly in play.
It seemed that at times it was mistakes that were causing you more of a problem than anything Galatasaray were doing. You've spoken a number of times about the need to manage minutes, but at the same time getting a balance with continuity of selection as well. Yeah. So do you see that rotation as having an impact in those individual mistakes that kind of halted the momentum at times?
That's difficult. There can be so many reasons why an individual makes an error pass or a mistake. What you see is, and I think I've explained this many times, that there are a few players from us that missed pre-season, so you simply cannot play them every single game. Yeah, you can, but then that could become a risk of players getting injured. We see this more and more because the demands go up more and more, and if the demands go up, you have to prepare players for these demands. And so yeah, that means that it's not always that I want to rotate, but sometimes I just need to, because a player is not ready to play 3 times 90 minutes in 7 or 8 days. Because as much I like my squad so much, but we don't have 25, 26. So if we end up with 2, 3 or 4 injuries, 15 or 16 players, where Rio and Trey are one of these 2 or 50 or 16, need to play almost all the minutes, and then things can become complicated. So, but this is a decision we've made together. I completely believe in this, because if you have 25, it's very hard to manage your squad. But as a result of that, with Hugo, Alex, Connor, McAllister not having the pre-season as a player should have, that also results in the fact that I cannot play them every time.
Richard.
Hi Arne, you said that Alisson's definitely out for Saturday. What actually is the injury, and how severe do you think it is?
No, when he sprinted back, he felt something. So yeah, we have to. I cannot tell you because I'm not a physician. Yeah. But normally, when a player, when he sprints back, feels something and he goes to the floor and doesn't come back onto the pitch. That's, by the way, what did they 112 times, being injured and coming back on the pitch without any pain. But our players don't do this. So if my player is on the floor, I 9 out of 10 times fear the worst. And with the worst, I mean that he cannot continue, and that's what happened with Alisson. So yeah, then normally he will not be able to play Saturday. That's 99.9%. I've already said 100%, but let's make it 99.9. But I think it's 100.
Hi Arne, can I just check on Hugo Ekitike as well? It looked like he seemed to pull something when he stretched.
He felt something when he had to reach for the ball. I think we all know which moment it was, when we were trying to force something. And I think at that moment of time on the other side there was someone on the floor as well. So the referee blew his whistle, and I wasn't even thinking that we had an injury. But yeah, Hugo felt something, and after the game. But yeah, that's always the difficult thing with these moments. Then players feel like, it's not too bad. But yeah, when you just walk around, it's something different than when you make a sprint or when you have to shoot on target. So he said he couldn't continue, so we had to take him off. Let's see how he is for the weekend.
So ask you about your right side today. I know Dominic Szoboszlai's played at right back, but seeing Jeremy Frimpong quite high up the field, is that something you want to continue with Dominic playing at right back? Is that an issue you need to sort of resolve?
Nah, Jeremy played a lot of times as a wing-back, right winger at Leverkusen. He played there in pre-season for us. He's one of the players that can replace Mo in that position. I don't see many others that can play in that position, which are favorite to them. I think Jeremy is one of his favorite positions to play there. He plays there for the national team, always. So yeah, he's a player that can play there. Normally, they play with the left winger inverted and the fullback really high. So yeah, if then the left winger goes inverted, he plays on the midfield. So then Dom is on the midfield, and Jeremy is then some kind of a wing back. But they did it the opposite today, which happens more to us, that they change something. But I think both of them can play really well in that position, and I've just explained also that that Connor missed out quite a lot in pre-season. So that also means he cannot play every single game. So you then consider which game is best for which player. Mo has played a lot of minutes already. So we decided to do it today like this, and I think in the first half I was quite happy with the way we played, actually.
Last question, Mike.
Did you feel the penalty was slightly harsh on you?
I haven't seen it back. But there was no contact with the feet, and I don't know if you've been to all of my press conference, but the last few weeks I'm talking quite a lot about that we are a very fair team, and I think maybe this was a situation where their player was really smart. He felt something and made it feel as if it was an unbelievable hit. And the referee said, yeah, there's contact, and then the VAR cannot overturn it if there is contact. Although he did overturn the contact in the last minute when we got a penalty. This is something we have to accept.
Thank you, guys.
Uh-oh.